Welcome back, boys and girls, viewer of all ages. I assume it's only one guy.
Yeah.
This is episode 7. That's how I...
No, it's not.
It is.
Wow.
Maybe it's episode 6?
Yeah.
Is it episode 6? Did I skip episode 7?
Well, we just haven't gotten there yet. I think that's how accounting works. Not to try and be offensive.
What happened last week?
We talked about what was going to happen this weekend, the weekend that just happened.
Gotcha.
Which was...
Did Fedor win
tension.
last week?
Yeah.
Is that what we talked about?
Yeah.
Maybe that was episode 5.
Yeah,
Welcome to episode 6, possibly. You know, when you think about it, this could be episode like 35, depending on your perspective.
Yeah, it's not like anybody came in at episode 1.
True.
So this is maybe episode 1.
Welcome back to another edition. Stop numbering these bitches.
Yeah.
Because I clearly can't keep count past 5.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters. It's like ranking fighters at this point.
Yeah, UFC.
Yeah, they're just pointless. They're just numbers.
Yeah, we change them depending on what suits our needs on any given day.
You just be like, next week's number 12. Week after that's number 12 again.
Yeah. Yeah. Last week's number 12 wasn't to our liking, so we replaced it.
So then we're going to go to 14 and see what happens.
I like it. It is the 10th of May.
Yes.
Year of our Lord, 2018.
Yeah, is it his year? I don't know. I don't know if that's how it works.
As I understand it,
Is this like a Chinese thing where it's
they all belong to him.
So like this year it's the year of our Lord and the next year it's the year of our God? Is that... No?
No, they're all his. You know, in Western religions, the singular God owns all the years and days.
And so we're just slaves now. Is that it? We're just... okay.
Alright then. Perfect start.
Here we go.
Excellent. And how's your week been?
Horrible.
Excellent. Good to see that this podcast is optimistic on all levels.
Man, it's good though. Like I know what's happening. And it's just how much work is there involved? And the answer is quite a bit. So.
Oh, because you're out there being a grown-up, aren't you?
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah.
I like highly recommend being a kid as long as you can.
Certainly. If you're going to be an adult, be an irresponsible one.
Just for a little while.
Yeah.
Like you have to grow up eventually.
Do you?
Man, I've seen what happens when you don't. It's probably not worth it.
Oh, come on, it looks fun.
Man, the price is too steep.
I just started watching the Cobra Kai TV show.
Oh, that must be going awesome for you.
Oh, mate, the trials and tribulations of Johnny who lost 20 years ago in the karate tournament to Daniel LaRusso. And yeah, he doesn't seem to have grown up. He drinks himself to sleep every night and beats the shit out of kids with his karate if they look at him the wrong way. So,
Man, are we picking up from where we left off last week with the man practicing karate on swans thing? Is this what this is about?
No, Cobra Kai is a fictional show. So, at no point do I think Daniel LaRusso, Mr. Miyagi's any swans. And I don't believe Johnny either also attacks any swans.
Well, then I don't want to watch it. I'm afraid.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna go running back for another helping. I only watched one episode. It was fine, but I'm not that nostalgic for the Karate Kid.
Yeah, no, either. Like I much preferred other violence movies growing up.
Yeah, look, I was a Van Damme guy.
Yeah. Like Kickboxer or something was pretty fun.
Infuriating as an adult, that movie. I don't know if you...
Man, a lot of them are.
Kickboxer especially.
Like old Stallone movies, like the horrible ones that you thought were real cool the first time you watched them. And you're just like, oh, this is garbage.
Oh, yeah, like Rambo 2 and shit. But, no, the Kickboxer movie in particular upsets me. Because the plot of that movie is that his brother is this American kickboxing champion, right?
Yeah.
Who goes to Thailand to like fight Thai guys. He fights the best Thai guy straight up. Fights this heavyweight champion of Thais, which is a myth, I think, in reality. But like gets murdered by him, like gets his back broken with an elbow, which I'm like, that's not legal even in Muay Thai. You can't do downward elbows to the spine of a downed opponent.
It was the 80s, man.
He's throwing headbutts and shit, nobody cares. So then Van Damme has to learn Muay Thai in order to defeat the guy who fucked up his brother. Thus the plot of Kickboxer.
Yeah.
So he's learning Muay Thai, which apparently just involves being like put into like torture machines and like setting off like weird urban traps that the old Asian man has around his house.
Man, that's normal.
Yeah. And then he has a fight before he fights the main guy. He has like a Muay Thai fight, and he uses Muay Thai. He like has like a big like body kick battle with the guy and beats him. And then when he gets to the end fight, the big finale, he just uses karate. If you watch the end fight in that fight again, even to the point where they have their hands dipped in glass because it's so fucking stupid. Bro, he gets the girl to cut him off. He's like, I don't need the glass on my hands. And I can't do Belgian accents, as it turns out. And he has that glass cut off his hands. So he beats Tong Po with just his bare hands and then all like extension kicks. Like heel to face type kicks and stuff and like roundhouse kicks. Like spinning round kicks and shit.
And he hits him with like 7 head kicks.
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, it's one of those where you just keep spinning and wheel kicking him in the face.
It's like how many times you got to kick someone in the head and then not go down before you stop kicking?
Dude, that happens in Bloodsport. Van Damme wheel kicks the main bad guy like 5 times in a row. He just keeps wheel kicking him to the side of the head.
Just so stunned from it. It's like,
stunned.
I'm just going to stay here.
In the exact same position too. Like my legs are in concrete or something. Like, oh. Could you imagine taking 4 wheel kicks and not having the wherewithal to duck the 5th one? And you're a world champion martial artist. You couldn't pick up that another wheel kick was coming.
Man, I just walk through it. It's fine. I'm the champion.
Yeah, he's got that ye-long chin. Just iron chin, but no actual skills.
It's just like when, was it Brown fought over him and just like spamming the front kick?
Yeah.
Snuck one through eventually.
Oh, poor old Travis Brown. God, he's on a downward spiral.
Ah, well.
On that note, it was a good week at MMA. If you, I don't know how much attention you were paying. I had
a bit.
Really enjoyable weekend of combat sports.
Man, I didn't get to watch RIZIN, which is, man, it feels like...
You missed out.
Yeah.
You missed out, man.
Real world stuff.
I really enjoyed it.
I did get to see Triple G, obviously.
Well, you came round to my place right as it was started. Just fortunately, you walked in the door and I was like, Triple G's fighting.
That was planned. I got there right at the walkout.
Yeah, I don't believe we mentioned it to one another until you showed up.
It just doesn't matter.
Yep, yeah, all part of the plan. I believe you.
It's my story and I'm sticking to it.
Sure. Which, we can discuss. I thought we would start on just the announcements and news and rumours and whatnots of the week, of which there was quite a bit.
Yeah, I didn't pay too much attention. I did see, Nate Diaz GSP.
Let's start there. UFC 227.
Yeah.
I don't know if it has any official fights yet. I think one has been made official, which is Yair versus Zabit. Yair Rodriguez versus Zabit Magomedsharipov, right? Which is okay, that's maybe the 2 best up-and-coming strikers in that division. They're both wild. They're both, I'm into this. I don't care. People are like, oh, but you're derailing a content. Fuck, who cares? If they're good enough, they'll come back. Stick them in there together.
Yeah,
let's see it, man.
They're going to walk through the fire. What do you think they're trying to do?
Yeah. If we're not going to put on fights between guys who we want to see fight each other, what are we doing here? I like that one. But they have been trying to put 227 on the books this week. Because there's Nate GSP, which...
At...
lightweight.
Of course.
I mean, I don't know. I guess so. Okay,
It kind of makes sense to me in terms of the name recognition. Nate GSP is a big fight. That's what can we do without Conor sort of a fight.
I guess my problem with the fight is the same thing that I kind of like about it, which is why I'm sort of torn, which is what's the point of it?
Yeah, that's like I tend to agree with you there, but like I just in one way I can think of a way where it makes sense in terms of like the money.
Hmm.
But in
I get
terms
the-
in
I
terms
get-
of the like why are we doing this?
Yeah.
At this weight,
Yeah.
like is this GSP trying to prove something? Like I don't understand what's going on here.
It's just maybe practice cut if he wants to fight Conor. Thinks this is a winnable fight, maybe. I don't know. Was it the...
Did you see the Tommy toe hold he
No.
did on it? Man, it's pretty funny.
No, I haven't watched Tommy Toe in some time.
Man, I don't watch like too much, but like it's funny because he's doing Nate in a GSP interview, so
Yeah.
he's
I'm just like, maybe I can only watch one animated MMA video guy at a time. And since I've moved on to Alpaca Thesaurus, I don't know if I've watched any Tommy Toe. But yeah, man, I'll have to check it out. He still does alright stuff.
yeah. Man, it's 2 minutes or whatever.
Mm-hmm. But I like it because it doesn't do anything to the division. But the division rolls on. Khabib will fight whoever he fights. Dustin Poirier will fight whoever. Eddie Alvarez will fight whoever.
Man, do you think it's setting up for GSP to fight Khabib?
I don't know about that. I think it's more likely... I don't know. Maybe Khabib fights Conor, and the winner of this GSP Nate fight fights the winner. But I don't think Nate has any interest in fighting Khabib. I'm sure he would, but I think he's just like, man, I'll fight Conor. I'll get paid more for fighting Conor. He'll fight the way I want to fight.
Yeah.
Why would I fight a guy who's just going to take me down? It's like, what are the odds you're going to stop him? Like, no, stop Khabib. No one stops Khabib. But I guess so. If Nate's going to come back, I guess this is a thing we can do.
Yeah, as long as Nate's getting paid.
Hmm.
Like, that's the thing. I think Nate's just playing hardball and just being like, man, if you want me to fight, it has to be for money. And they're like, man, the only way we can get the money together to get what you want is you have to fight, GSP name status.
Yeah. Which, again, I don't think he would care. He'd be like, alright. The only reason he might not take it is because he had said earlier, when he first beat Conor, people were like, would you fight GSP? And he sort of said, like, that's my brother's fight. Like, my brother and that guy have a problem. And I'll leave that to my brother. Whereas now it's almost like, man, we all love Nick Diaz, but the show's kind of passed by, and now it's the Nate Diaz show. It's like, man, you and Nick can split that money, man. Like, get in there. They're offering you a lot of money to fight this guy. And I don't see why you wouldn't do it.
I mean, I'd watch
I don't
it.
see why Nick would have a problem with it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, as would I. And like I said, the rest of the card that they're proposing. Okay, the 12 shitty prelims they're going to put on this card notwithstanding, right? Like,
Yeah.
Let's assume top of the card, Nate GSP. Then you got Yair Zabit underneath that. They're rumouring Gus versus Rockhold for this card at light heavyweight.
Could be fun.
Look, I think Rockhold that's a bad idea for him.
Yeah.
But I'm still like, it's a fucking awesome fight. That's two premier guys. Like, Rockhold is top 5 middleweight, who's going up, coming off a harsh loss for an interim championship.
Yeah.
And Gustafsson only loses to Jones and DC. It's an excellent fight. While, like I said, tall order for Rockhold. And apparently they're looking at Cub Moicano for that fight too. Cub Swanson versus Renato Moicano.
Man, that fight's...
Correct. More than anything, I think, yeah, like, man, Moicano on the come up after beating Cater. Cub coming off a tricky loss.
And I think Moicano walks him.
I don't know. Based on the last performance by Cub, maybe. He looked a bit shabby. But I think that might have just been an off night. I can believe that was an off night. See what Cub brings to the table. if this all happens, this is all rumour. As I said, I don't think anything is official yet. Maybe
Yeah.
Zabit versus Yair.
Certainly watch that fight too.
Yeah, like I said, all four of them, right, are
Yeah.
excellent. Like the most confusing fight of the bunch is Nate GSP in a sense, and that's you're still going to be there for it. Any Nate Diaz fight or a GSP fight for that matter, you get my money. Yeah, it's shaping up to be a pretty decent card, and all in like 2 days. That all just came. Bleh. Like we got no fights for this card. We got 4 fights. They're all good. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's still a while yet. We're only at 224.
True. There's so many more to come in between now and 227. 18 more fight cards, no doubt.
We'll watch 300 more fights and we'll be there.
Well, that's what I'm looking at. Alright, they announced for July 14, they announced Vic Felder.
Yeah, that's...
James Vic versus Paul Felder.
I don't think that's right.
Alright with it.
Yeah, let it ride. See what happens.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
It just makes me like, what do you do with Hernandez? Like, who's he fighting?
There is a rumour that he is going to fight OAM. Olivier Aubin Mercier.
Wow.
At end of July.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm like, yeah, it's not a bad fight, right?
Man, that's tough. OAM's a big ask, man.
Man, I think if you crush Darius, you should be putting OAM down, but that's me.
Well, think about it, like...
I backed Darius to beat OAM.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I think OAM's gotten a lot better. And he crushed Evan Dunham.
Yeah.
Like, in the first 45 seconds.
Styles make fights.
Darius didn't do that.
Styles make fights.
Darius beat the piss out of him for 5 minutes and then lost 2 rounds.
Styles make fights.
Draw.
The July 14 card also has Chad Mendes return.
Against?
Miles Jury.
Interesting. Man, Mendes isn't one of my favourite fighters. But, you know, in terms of a filler fight,
Man, he's
I'm
a pretty
okay
good
with that.
benchmark at 45.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like, who's beating him at 45? Connor, Edgar, Aldo. That's it, right?
Yeah.
It's a short list. Good names on that list.
What else?
Bruce Leroy got
Okay.
rebooked on the tough finale.
That card. Are they having a card for that?
Yes, Israel Adesanya is fighting Brad Tavares in the main event.
What?
Yeah.
Man, when did that get announced? How busy have I been?
We talked about that last week.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, we
were
did
talking about
too.
It's like a big step up.
That
for
is a big
Israel
step up.
and- Yeah. So on the undercard of this, Bruce Leroy's fighting some bug called Martin Bravo.
Cool.
No clue.
Maybe you're just saying it wrong. The name.
Oh, Bravo.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone knows Marty Bravo. Oh, yeah. How could I forget?
I mean, that's one of the rules with fighting. It's like, yeah, maybe you're just saying the name wrong.
Certainly can be a thing.
Like, how do you say this? Just check. Sure.
Showy Jojo. And the only other thing I've got is second worst fighter on the UFC roster.
Oh, Beck Rawlings.
Beck Rawlings released from her UFC contract.
I'm fine with it.
I'm more than fine with it. But at the same time, if you're going to release the second worst fighter on the roster, you should release the worst fighter on the roster, right?
Which is?
Benchka.
Oh. Yeah. But she has to fight again for that to happen, I guess. And then they can be like, nah, we didn't like it.
I genuinely hope that Betchkahea never got let out of Singapore. Remember she fought Holly Holm over there? I just hope they left her there. And she's just like concussed from that head kick. And she's just wandering the streets of Singapore. Like, asking if anyone, like just speaking Portuguese, and everyone thinks she's a crazy person because they don't know what she's talking about.
Speaking some undead language.
Yeah.
Possessed.
Just the worst.
Man, that's a bit harsh.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
You can just turn it off, man. When you live in a world
Who's a
of
worse
options.
fighter than Betchkahaya?
Man, possibly CM Punk.
No.
Possibly. Like, that door is still
And
open.
even then, it's like, did CM Punk fight for the World Championship? No. CM Punk versus Tyron Woodley is not a thing that you need to be... Although, like, this is where I think Punk is going to do well. Trains with Woodley. He trains with the world champion in, like, his division. He trains with Ben Askren. He's not training with chumps. Yeah, man. Betchkahaya looks like she learned from a 1990s Tybo VHS tape. You know what I'm saying? Like something that would be on...
Man, I remember the Tybo.
Yeah, something that would be on Red Letter Media's Wheel of the Worst.
Definitely.
You know, Rich and Mike would just be banging their heads into a desk watching this thing. You should watch that show, kids, if you haven't watched it already. This week's podcast brought to you by Red Letter Media.
Thanks again, boys.
Keeping a smile on my face.
Been a pleasure.
But that's what I got. Beck Rawlins is done. Don't have to watch Beck Rawlins fight ever again.
Yeah. Good. So why are we talking about it?
Just a cap to the...
Just a sigh of relief.
Yeah, just like a...
Collective.
An epilogue to the I hate watching terrible fighters fight story of Beck Rawlins and I.
Well, welcome to the future, my friend. It's called 13 fights
600
a week.
active fighters on our roster. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all top class.
Ugh, just never ending. But that's about all I saw for this week. I'm trying to quickly rack my brain and think if I saw anything else. I don't think I did. You got anything?
I mean, I don't even know what this segment's supposed to be.
Man, announcements, news, anything?
Man, just jibber jabber. I think we've jibber jabbered long
Any
enough.
good movies lately?
Man, not really. Seen some bad ones. Don't want to really talk about that. I feel like that sort of market's been dominated already.
Oh, what by, Hi, we had just seen The Avengers and we gave it 10 stars out of 10.
Oh, man. Name any number of generic channels. It's like, you can either watch, like, oh yeah, it's awesome, or nah, everything's terrible.
Yeah, well.
They're your two options.
Yes.
But there's, like, a lot of options.
Yes.
Just like, yeah, man, do you want to join the crowd? Like, no, not really.
That's for you. Alright, we're a team. And half of this team wants to join the crowd. Alright, so I can blend in and not be noticed.
Yeah, we better talk about anime then.
Man, could you imagine, if we had to do a show on anime...
Which show would you do?
I was going to say, like, after we got through the initial 27 episodes discussing every episode of Cowboy Bebop and the movie, I'd be like, well, after Bacano, I'm out of ideas. That's the last show I got.
Steins Gate?
Yeah, obviously, I'll let you take Steins Gate. I feel like you understand that show better than me. Time travel confuses me. I like the show, but time travel confused me. Like, my favourite part of that show was when he goes insane trying to save the girl from dying like 1 billion times in a row.
Yeah, how he, like, really becomes the mad scientist.
Yeah, it's all like this silly joke at the start, and then he goes completely insane trying to save one life over and over again, but he can't. He can't even get it. Like, doesn't he delay it by like 10 seconds at best, and that's all he can do?
No, I think he ends up pushing it out days.
Oh, okay.
And then, I don't know, then he does like a double jump, I don't know. Man, it's tough to follow.
Yeah. Nonetheless, jumping back to what we're supposed to be talking about, maybe, that is what I have for announcements or rumours.
So now we just move on to like a wake of weekends fightings.
Yeah, this is where again, you know, I'm waiting for you to come up with some interlude music. Every week I hope I'm gonna walk in the door and you're gonna I've got the interlude music, Nick. No, I know I could do the interlude music myself, but that's not the game I'm playing. I'm playing to wait for Josh to do the music game.
Man, Josh is busy. Like, I'd love to have the time, man. But, like, once I'm all set up in my new digs, like, it's gonna be
harder to come up with excuses as to why there isn't interlude music.
Man, sure. I've got infinite excuses, though. It's not like I'm concerned.
Ugh.
It's like trying to divide by 0. It's like, yeah, man, whatever.
Don't use math on me to confuse me. That shit. This is an MMA podcast, motherfucker. No math.
MMA math is bogus.
Yes,
anyway.
even MMA math is not allowed.
Yeah. Alright, fair rule.
Yeah. Alright, I can hear the interlude music in my brain, so I feel like that's suitable enough to move on to...
Get a keyboard and, like, play it. That's the next step.
I'm just going to bring in, like, a $2 shop, like, live thing, like a harmonica. One of those, like, little toy plastic ones you can buy, you know?
Kazoo.
Round 2.
May probably work.
We can get this thing going. Speaking of that, RIZIN was this weekend. Let's not start on RIZIN, because I love RIZIN. I have a page on RIZIN. I have half a page on Triple G.
That's a little man. Let's go Triple G.
So
then.
let's do Triple G. I lied. I don't have half a page. I have this much. I have 2 sentences about Triple G.
You've wrecked the top half of a page.
Yeah. If I wanted
like,
to
not
keep
completely
using this page,
used it.
I would have to go down to the halfway line. So he fights Vanes Matrosian. See how I learned his name since last week? See how I just said it like that? Matrosian.
Did he impress you that much?
He impressed me a little bit, but also Max Kellerman said his name like 7 times during the broadcast, and I just listened.
It's always going to help.
Yeah, it helps. I thought this was a good fight.
And he certainly showed up in round 1.
Right? Like, so they come out, and it's like waiting. It's, you know, back in, like, I feel like in, like, old-timey movies, which I don't know how they know if this is what happened or not, but you know when they're hanging someone, like in an old-timey movie, and they're, like, reading out the big parchment of, like, I don't know, the shit that the person that hung is doing or has done to get here or something?
Maybe just a big list of shit they have to say before they're allowed to kill somebody.
Yeah, you know, by decree of the Queen and the governor of the state. And
this murder is now legal.
That's what I thought was happening. Like, Triple G's throwing some jabs, and it's all just any second now. And God help me, like, Matrosian starts unloading on him. Like, man, I'm going to try and tee off on this motherfucker while he's lining me up. And yeah, I thought it had, like, a really strong finish to the first round, landed the best shot, I thought, of the first round, like a really clean left. And yeah, I was, like, by the end of round 1, I was like, alright, this could be a real fight.
Yeah, and then in the break, you're just like, man, isn't this supposed to be a steamrolling?
Yeah, like you and I were both kind of talking, like, man, this guy looks alright, like, back and forth, and sort of like, this is going to be a good contest, potentially.
Nope, steamrolling.
No.
Man,
Second round, Triple G unleashes...
Man, 10? Is it like 10 hit combo?
I believe 10 shots land. I don't know, like, this is where I'm not sure, I don't know enough about, like, the specific technical aspects of boxing, where I'm like, because in that combination, there's a punch that he throws, it's like a jab, where it almost, like, rests on Matrosian's chest. It's just a measure. He just measures him for the right hand that absolutely kills him, and then I think he follows that up with, like, 3 more. But I don't know if that's the 11th Phantom strike in the combination that's in the middle, but I think it's just a measurement. Triple G is clearly using it to be like, where is his chin? Oh, it's right here. I'm going to smash him with more punches.
Man, I didn't even see that watching it. All I saw was...
I watched it back a few times, so...
Man, all I saw was, like, he lands the right and just, like, jab, jab. And then somehow, like, he's jabbing with his right hand, and then he throws the big left hand.
Yeah,
it just clangs him.
Oh, yeah, and then the right as he's sort of going down, which is the after the drop shot.
And from there, like once that left hand, that's like, what, number 5 or 6 or something in the combo?
Yeah, the badly swings in.
And then it's just like 7, 8,
Yeah.
9, 10. Like, get in there, Ren.
help him. He just fucking drops to his knees and goes face down. Like, even the slow way Matrosian went down,
Yeah.
like, that's not good. That's not good when a man's like, yeah, I'm gonna take a knee, and then once he's taken a knee, he's like,
No.
yeah, I'm not gonna be doing better from here.
I need to get lower. The only thing that can help me now is being face first on the mat. He's just like, yeah, man, it was the combo, like, end of the combo, he's on his knees, and then he finally switched back on, and his brain's like, man, what's the status now?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, collapse.
I'm not doing so good. But yeah, easy work for Triple G.
Man, in the end, yeah, he made it look pretty easy.
Man, please fight somebody good,
Yeah.
I guess. Guy's like 36, 37. I can't imagine he's got too many good ones left in him. So, you know, Billy Joe Saunders, Canelo rematch, something like that. Fight a top-ranked opponent for Triple G, please. Can we find someone to challenge this guy? He's out there killing people. Poor old Edmund. Like, I don't even, you know, we make all the jokes, but yeah, even Edmund, I reckon, had to be like at the end of that first round, just looking at his corner when Matrosian landed that left, like, holy shit.
Are we gonna win?
This guy's not right. He must have been ignoring me the whole time. Like, punching in a straight line.
He's not doing it. No. Where's your head movement? What are you doing?
Judo tripping. But yeah, I thought it was great. I didn't watch any of the undercard. I didn't.
Man, it's nice that we like spent all that time like bagging out his skills and then his prospect gets rolled.
Yeah, it was one of those like, if Edmund is to train a fighter who does something like that, who like upsets a Triple G or something, like you never hear the end of it. This is not the guy you want to break a record or a streak, right? Like, the greatest fucking coach ever. Told you, I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew he did exactly. He'd get
5 world champions.
He'd be very Steven Seagal about it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he didn't have that technique until he came to me.
I tweaked it, yeah. That 1-2 he landed.
Yeah. The most simple move in the history of boxing.
Yeah, right hand down the pipe, that's all me.
Yeah. He didn't even know where right hand was before I got to him.
He's like, what pipe? Dumb. Silliness.
Yeah. But yeah, good. Man, I'm always happy to see some elite boxing, and Triple G was out there looking nothing short of elite.
Yeah, yo, fuck Triple J.
Triple G.
It's all about Triple G in here.
Yeah. Triple G ain't no pop music station. This goddamn man plays Metallica.
He's fucking king of his domain.
Mm-hmm. And that was fun. Boxing was great. Boxing was neat, but we are predominantly an MMA show, god damn it. And there was fucking Japanese MMA on this weekend.
Man, 15 seconds.
I assume you're talking about the 9-second destruction of poor old Ian McCall.
Man, I call that 15.
In the main event. 9 seconds.
Is it?
Kyoji Horiguchi defeats Ian McCall by KO.
Man, I wish there was like things you could just bet on that you can't bet on.
Well, like, for someone will get knocked out in the opening 60 seconds type thing, or...
Oh man, just RIZIN.
Oh yeah, look, in general, sure.
Just be like, yeah, man.
Everything on tension.
Just be like, man, you'd certainly be having a stab, right?
Oh yeah.
It's like tension by KO. It's like $1.30. Like, yep.
Whatever. But yeah, man, like, I missed some of the curtain jerker stuff. I think I came in on like the 4th fight or something like that. Now let's start with that. How many fights on the RIZIN card? 10. Oh, you mean like a suitable fucking number?
Yeah.
So we can all go home at a reasonable hour. God forbid we do that. 10. Perfectly acceptable. I come in at like 3 or 4. I can't, like, I'm not going to go through every single one. Couple of quick mentions. There's I believe he's Japanese guy. His name's Kai Asakara. Defeated a guy called Manel Cape. Manel Cape's alright. And he lost this fight. Explosive, powerful. He's from like Angola, I think, or something. Talks mad shit while he's in there. This is the guy who lost. So like sort of very standard Japanese guy, sort of workmanlike performance by him.
Yeah.
Bantamweight fight. Just another one where I was like, man, I like this. I don't know who this Manel Cape guy is, but he lost and I'm interested in him. And so I'm obviously going to probably check out Asakara as well next time he fights. But just kind of a fun fight, split decision, close.
Yeah.
Real back and forth. Cape drops him, I think, or tags him hard at the start of the fight, and then is arrogantly going after him and gets dropped going after him. Really nice little back and forth. Fun. Is not the fight of the night, though. By no means is a fight of the night, because that gets done by Diego Nunes, who fights a guy called I wrote it down. What the hell's his first? I think it's Yasuki Yachi. His last name is Yachi. This fight, if you can find it, man, I'm still recommending it. It is fucking great. They at some point they are both just one hand clinching and punching the shit out of each other, a la Don Fry Takayama. Just back and forth the entire 15 minutes. Nunes is just chasing him the whole fight. Never stops chasing him. They're rocking each other. They're on the ground. They're up. I feel like they fight in every area. There's takedowns, there's clinches, there's stand-up work. It's never boring. It's just, man, it's what I like in a fight. Even to the point of when you see that kind of contest get elevated to championship level.
Yeah.
It becomes something like a McDonald Lawler type thing. Or something,
yeah.
You know what I mean? This is down from that, where it's just two sluggers, and Diego Nunes is a past his prime one too. A guy whose best days are behind him. But out there just giving it everything. And you can tell, man, everyone loved it. There's a crowd of people just on their feet cheering at the end of that fight for both guys. And, man, completely deserved. Excellent fight. Yachi wins via split decision. Rocks Nunes with maybe 4 seconds left in the fight. And it might be that's what gets it for him. Nunes is storming after him, and he just clips him with a counter. And you're like, oh my fucking god!
Is that it?
Just such a good back and forth. Really, really liked it. Man, they jump up to the main card after that. There's some, a couple of decent things on that. They really plugged the shit out of their women's division. I assume it's because they have an attractive woman in their women's division, which is Rena. I don't know if you've seen Rena. RENA, for those at home who want to Google attractive women's fighter, because that's the obvious thing to do.
Yeah, Rena something or other.
It's just Rena. If you type in Rena MMA, you'll get there. Because she lost last RIZIN to this chick called Kana. And Kana fights again. She fights this Canadian girl, and she beats her by decision. And then after the fight, in between every round, they go to Rena. The camera just pans to Rena, and it's just isn't she attractive? And you're she sure is, Japanese TV. After the fight, Rena gets in the ring with Kana. These two people have fought one another. No one else is in the ring. I fucking love Japan. So it's just them in the ring, and they just start having a full-on conversation on mic in Japanese. Rena says a bunch of stuff, she stops. Kana says a bunch of stuff, she stops. Rena goes. And basically, the gist of the translation is Rena wants to fight her again. Kana, and again, this is where I love Japan. Kana, being completely honest, her response is, I'm super tired. Probably have to think about it. Which I'm that is the exact response, honestly, after you've just got done fighting someone for 15 minutes, yeah? Somebody else jumps in and is hey, you want to fight me in 3 months? And you just... Man, I don't know.
I feel it's probably a standard response over there. It's they're always working 22 hours a day.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to take some time to think about it.
I'm definitely too tired to be making decisions. I've made that mistake before.
But yeah, they shake hands and get their pictures taken in the ring together. No one's in there with them. And I'm picturing doing this in America. I'm this is how somebody gets killed. In America, you can't put two fighters in the ring together with nobody in between them. Even women's fighters. Put Ronda and Misha in a ring together with no one in between them in the heat of their feud, right?
Just
fuck
lock
you,
the
bitch,
cage.
fuck you, bitch.
Start pushing each other.
So Misha gets armbarred again.
Slap, punch,
Mm-hmm.
grab, throw.
Which brings us to the co-main event of the evening, which is where the show goes from I am having a fun time watching this into this has been my favourite MMA event of the year so far. Out comes Tension.
Tenshin Nasugawa.
Now, whether it be the walkout, which I like, because you would have seen like parts of the Tension fight, right?
Yeah.
But
Come out in a cape and...
the walkouts in Japan are, I'm going to say, somewhere around 3 million times better than the walkouts in America.
3 million times.
3 million is my rough estimate.
So you're saying that they're like okay good.
Yes. They could still have a little work, but
Passable.
yeah, basically. Like just that whole, the way RIZIN is set up, right? 'Cause you know in the UFC they come out through the fucking crowd every time.
Yeah.
So RIZIN, this event, I don't know how they just like tweak it from event to event, but this event they have like a staircase going down. And you come out at the top of the ramp, you go down the staircase, and then behind you at the top of the staircase is like a huge screen. So when Tension's music hits, like it starts out slow and it's dark and shit, and as the lights come up and it's all hitting, it has like just fucking Nasukawa written out on the screen in big letters, and as the lights come out, he is facing the screen, arms out like he's Chris fucking Jericho, and it's just epic. It's fucking awesome looking, and you just, this is great. This is what it's supposed to look like.
Spectacle.
Yeah, these two guys going to the Coliseum to kill each other. Like, this is what I want, man. I want this fucking crazy spectacle. And just, 18, right, or 19 years old, just like he belongs. Like, completely like, yep, this is exactly what I'm supposed to get. I'm supposed to get giant signs with my name on it. People are losing their mind because I'm about to kill some guy who's like 33.
My hair can never be its natural colour again.
No, I'm permanently in Super Saiyan.
It's like every week his hair changes colour. Like green, pink, orange, yellow, purple, gravy.
I don't know which type of Super Saiyan he is.
Yeah, man.
But so he comes out, opponent comes out, gets the same shtick, big crazy walkout and stuff, and it's great. Gets in the ring, and the referee, I assume, says something along the lines, it's in Japanese, but he says something along the lines, I imagine, of, alright guys, this is a kickboxing fight we're having here.
Yeah.
Make sure we do kickboxing. And Tension is like, yep, got it. And Nakamura, his opponent, is like, yep, got it. And then 15 seconds into round number 1, Nakamura's like, time for a double leg.
You know what he won't see coming? Double leg.
Do you know what's a kickboxing move of great effectiveness? The double leg.
Like then what? It's like stand up and
basically
get reset.
Dude, he takes Tension down I think 4 or 5 times in round 1. Like he is just within seconds he understands. Like I'm just completely outmatched. My best chance here is to dive in with a vicious combination, like a 1-2, and then shoot. And get the ref to reset me back outside his distance where he can't kill me. So Tension takes that round as like, kind of occasionally looking at the ref when he's getting taken down with this like half-hearted shrug of like, I don't think he's allowed to do this. I think one takedown he actually stuffs. Like he actually digs an underhook and separates, and they just go back to fighting. But yeah, he seems to not be having a big problem with it. Like he's just finding his timing, and then late in round 1 he hits a fucking rolling thunder.
Yeah.
And again, if you watch that whole thing, I'm pretty sure that cunt is going for a takedown. Like that's my thought. Is Nakamura is looking to shoot on him. And he throws a rolling thunder in response, which perfectly connects on his head.
Clang.
And knocks him down, and you just...
And stay down.
What am I watching? Who is this? Who can do that? And then he doesn't stay down. He gets up. But that's about the first round. We come out for round 2, by which point Tension has his timing down. and starts just flooring him when he dives in. He doesn't get to the takedown anymore because he's jumping in for those combos and Tension's just reading him, just crunching him, one-shotting him on the way in, getting out of there nice and easy. Knocks him down 3 times in round 2 for a technical knockout.
You lose, buddy.
Yeah. And again, once you get through that, and it's like, oh, by the way, it was just a warm-up for him. He's fighting like a Muay Thai champion in like 3 weeks or something under Muay Thai rules. This was just a warm-up. So he was just like, yeah, I just want to make sure I'm in fighting shape.
Make sure I can go there and hit, connect.
Mm-hmm. Which again, that's the thing I love about kickboxing, man. Like when you get a guy who's on a run like this, it's like, how long do I have to wait for the next thing? Man, not long. He's going to turn around quick.
Yeah.
And this is the challenge. This is the one we've been waiting for. For anyone who's been following Tension or is a Tension fan, this is the one. Like, alright, man, this guy he's fighting is relevant, he's current, he's good. And Tension's going to fight him on his own terms. This is a big challenge.
Tenshin Nasukawa!
He's scary. Scary good.
Man, he's certainly fun to watch.
So good. And then we get Horiguchi Uncle Creepy in the main event.
Yeah, which is like, oh, well, that...
You got a feel for Uncle Creepy.
Is this just like more bad luck, or...
Oh,
like, he's got some evil juju going on there.
He's not doing good. He's just having a terrible time.
Man, your thoughts and prayers did nothing.
They didn't.
They did nothing.
Should have made him a sandwich.
9 seconds.
9. Less time than Aldo.
Man, maybe it's a blessing in disguise. Maybe just going out there and just getting embarrassed in front of,
Thousands.
Tens of thousands.
Yeah. But probably not millions. Hard to get millions of people to watch the old RIZIN show. Well, I don't know. It could be super popular in Japan. I can believe it's very popular in Japan.
Well, I could believe that it's gaining popularity.
That too.
It's just like such a buttoned up sort of culture, and they're just like, oh man, what do you guys love about this? Coliseum Deathmatch!
We've got guys who are good at it finally!
Just like, he's just been wearing a suit for like 3 years. Need to get some anger out.
Mm-hmm. Still won't let her though. Even when he's like...
Yeah.
Rips his shirt off and stuff, and the blazer, and then like neatly folds them and puts them behind him.
They litter at night time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Japanese.
Ah.
Yeah.
So the littering thing is only like a save face thing. It's only if you can see me littering that I won't litter.
I mean, probably. I feel like that's fairly common amongst humans.
Interesting.
It's like, they're probably the same species if they had behaviours like that.
The act of observation alters behaviour.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you know you're being watched.
Yeah.
Welcome to London.
It's an interesting one, the fact that it works all the way down to like wave particles.
Yeah.
It's like, man, if we look at it, it looks different than if we don't look at it.
Yeah. Us looking at it affects it. It has an impact.
Mm-hmm.
So it's different now.
Mm-hmm. Which is weird, right? When it's like, man, that works with like monkeys and wave particles.
Which are the same thing,
sort of. It's all ultimately. We're just one big dumb wave particle.
Wrong channel, go back. Where's the fighting channel?
But yeah, man, back on point, like Ian McCall, I don't know what he does now. That guy's just had the shittiest few years.
And he's still got a bit of name recognition, I guess. But
yeah, his name is still there, but it's just about, do you want to keep doing this?
Yeah, fully.
How'd let.
Go be a sales rep for someone.
Yeah. Go open a weed shop in a fucking state where it's legal.
Sure.
I'd buy a strain of weed called Uncle Creepy. Wouldn't you?
Uncle Creepy's creepy.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it creeper?
Creeps out on it. Post-fight. Tension gets on the mic and calls out Horiguchi.
Which is...
I don't know. I don't know what that is. It's a...
Man, maybe he's probably got a team of people.
I think if we're
sort
talking...
of just like telling him what to do, or guiding him where to go.
Man, if
like
we're
some
talking...
dude's like, man, go get him like a big flashy walkout fucking get up.
Yeah. Give him a Ric Flair robe.
So, like, yeah, you make sure, like, he looks fucking awesome when he's walking out there.
Mm-hmm.
You get him some, like, fucking Reebok deals or whatever, except for people with money.
Yeah, I was going to say, go to Triple G's guy. Triple G's got a Nike deal.
Yeah.
Maybe. But at the end of the day, I think, look, MMA, this is where I'm at with it too. MMA fight, I favour Horiguchi. Straight striking, I'm going to favour Tension. Just like, man, Horiguchi's an excellent karate fighter. And I'm not saying he wouldn't have a chance.
Yeah.
But what more do you need to see of Tension?
Before you're like,
yeah, man, this is going to take an elite striker to beat this guy. Like, it's going to take some little crazy Muay Thai guy or something who'll just wear all his shit and kick him in the legs so many times that after like 12 minutes, Tension will just look at his corner and be like, I can't walk anymore.
This isn't working for me.
Whereas, I don't know. But man, I'm into it. Again, if this is what we're gonna do over there, we're gonna have weird shit on RIZIN cards.
Or just the best shit that they can put together.
Yeah, and again, that's my only worry with that is like, you don't need to put Horiguchi in there with Tension. Nobody was asking for it.
Yeah.
And they're your two biggest stars. So do you really want to hurt one of your two biggest stars to have them fight against one another in a match where none of us are really talking about it? Like, we're all enjoying watching Horiguchi, who's basically the second best flyweight in the world. And we're just like, man, it's great watching him go out there and do work on people and look good. It'd be great to see him fight DJ again, but that's probably not going to happen.
I don't see a world how that can happen.
Mm-hmm. And then Tension is like, no, man, I'm watching this guy's rise to greatness in like a different pursuit. This kid's a kickboxer. Like, that's what I want to watch.
Yeah, and even if it's not that, like, it's been a fun journey so far.
That's
like, man, like, what's it going to take to beat him? And then, like, when he finally does get beaten,
well, even that,
what does that look like, and how does he come back from it?
Sort of as well, right? But like, when you're like, who's going to beat him? There's also this question of how good is he going to get?
Oh yeah, like that's the other thing.
I don't think 2 years ago he could have been like, I'm just going to cash hit a rolling thunder on this fuckhead's face, and he's not going to be able to stop it. Where it's like he's ticking up on levels where it's like, yeah, I can time this. I can time a fucking flip kick in your face. That's how good I am. Dude. What is... He's nowhere near his athletic prime yet, right? Like,
man, you safe bet that he's got till like 27.
Yeah. And that's maybe like, okay, that's a physical prime. Like,
yeah.
I feel like at the height... I feel like it's maybe another 2 or 3 years, and that'd be like the height of his in-ring creativity and... But again, maybe not.
Yeah, I feel like you could go like late 20s in terms of like actually improving before you like plateau, if that's what you're talking about.
Yes.
Where you kind of...
How did he keep going up? How good is he now? Like, but at the same time, like, yeah, man, I could see him having like a Senchai type career, where it's just like this dude is remarkably good all the way through. Yeah. And again, he's gonna lose. It's like kickboxers lose. You fight too much.
Yeah.
And that's the next thing. So, man, what's going to beat him? Is it going to be somebody who susses him out and just like puts in a shift? Like, man, this is how you beat Tension. You work hard like this for X amount of minutes.
Is he just going to get caught by something?
Somebody going to go out there and be like, man, this is how you beat Tension.
Claim.
Throw it in bungalows until he goes down.
But just a 19-year-old kid. Like they all fold when I do this.
Yeah. Like, what do you do? How do you knock down a 19-year-old kid? You fucking hit him like a man.
Yeah. 60,000 times, apparently.
But just so much fun. The entirety of that card.
How long was there between rounds? I mean, not rounds.
Fights. Not long. I wasn't timing it, but...
No, unnecessary.
No, there wasn't like... On the stream I was watching, they didn't go... Like, now that fight's done, here's a commercial for Japanese laundry powder. 8,000 times.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think it was a paid event. I think it was pay-per-view, so... I mean, of course I paid.
Yeah. What do you mean you think? Just check the receipts.
Yeah. So yeah, they might have had a short interlude if a fight ended quickly or something, but most of the time it was like on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. You know, you got the little video packages for tension, so there might have been a gap before his fight because there was like a longer video package. Same with Uncle Creepy versus Sakaguchi. Little promo package.
Man, that's alright. So, if that's what the time's going to be used for, instead of like, oh shit, that fight finished early, let's watch that fight we just saw 15 minutes ago again.
Let's read some Metro PCS copy for the next 15 minutes.
I'm just like, nah, man, I'm not down for this. This is like, you sold your soul.
Definitely. No, I don't think they have a soul. I think in place of where their soul is supposed to be, the UFC has a Reebok deal.
Just like a skeleton soul. A soul skeleton?
Yeah.
I don't know. What's the nomenclature there?
I don't believe in souls, so I'm saying I don't know where to go from here.
Man, it's the wrong channel again. Go back.
Well, speaking of that, that's a tangent. Let's have alright. That's
what, existentialism?
No. Selling your soul. We're going to keep that in mind. That's all I got for RIZIN as well. That's what happened this week in combat sports, by the way. So we can move on.
And that was good.
It was great. It was absolutely great. I loved it. Please, anyone, watch RIZIN. It's just the best.
It's better.
It's just so fun. It's so fun. They're out there having a good time.
You know what the best thing about it is? But like, not really, but kind of. No wooing. Not one woo.
I forgot to bring that up. I mean, not just no wooing, but the literal opposite, where it's quiet. Now, obviously, look, they lose their minds when McCall goes down 10 seconds in. Everybody fucking freaks out because they're just like, holy shit, our guy just won in 10 seconds.
He's amazing.
But like the tension fight, man, they're just sitting there. And then like the rolling thunder happens and they're all like, oh! But it's still like, guy gets up and they're all like, oh wow, guy got up, good for him. Like, everyone applauds in between rounds. Like you get a clap at the end of the round. Like everyone's like, good job. And then we quietly wait for the round to start again.
Woo! None of that.
None of it. So just great. I wish more people would watch and support RIZIN, and I wish other MMA promotions would maybe take notice a little bit of some of the smaller things that they do right.
Yeah, I think maybe like RIZIN just like, no, we will just do it properly from now on. Again,
just the lessons you could take.
I think the surest way to ruin it is to involve the UFC with it somehow.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. When I say they can take lessons, I don't mean get in business with RIZIN. I'm just saying, like, look at the RIZIN posters, for instance, versus the UFC posters.
Yeah, get that guy.
You know, the walkouts.
Yeah, definitely the walkouts.
Yeah, I mean,
I hate the UFC walkouts.
Every now and then it works. The UFC walkout can work like through the crowd and stuff. There's a set of circumstances where it looks cool.
Yeah.
But it's nowhere near as good as RIZIN. When you think about some of the walkouts you could have for Khabib or Conor or
anybody,
just you think about like what they could do with that RIZIN setup for a Yoel Romero even. You know, just the shit you could put up on that screen, you know, him suplexing guys in his Olympic days and then, like, moving forward throughout his career as it goes into MMA and he's knocking out dude. And then just fucking him coming out and down the stairs and then Witt's fucking music playing and he always comes out to Roy Jones's Can't Be Touched. And you just have him fucking dropping people coming up on the screen as then he fucking comes down. It'd be great. But it's like everyone comes out to be the crowd. Everyone just...
yeah, unless you're Conor, and then even then you get like
Sinead down from the ceiling. Yeah, Sinead sang him out for the Chad Mendes one.
Yeah, and you're like, yeah, they don't do this.
Can you remember who sang Chad Mendes out?
Oh, that chick did the national anthem.
No, it was a dude.
So there you go. I feel like I lost that.
Yeah. It was.
Was it the national anthem at least?
No, it was Country Boy Can Survive
Ah.
by Aaron Lewis of Stained.
Wow.
Do you remember how Aaron Lewis did a country album? After he did like a bunch of Stained albums, he did a solo country album.
I'm guessing it went really well.
I mean, I assume like country people probably liked it, but yeah, I don't think Stained fans were big supporters of his country project. Chad Mendes likes it, so there you go.
He doesn't strike me as a cowboy type. She's like a pretend cowboy, like a faux cowboy.
Maybe he's not a cowboy. Maybe he's a farmer.
It's like yeah, like I'm a little bit of like one of those like beach California guys, but I'm like more country than that.
Well, that's what I'm seeing. I don't see him as a beach guy because that's Faber, who just gives you ultra douche chills.
Yeah.
Like Faber is like if you shrank Patrick Swayze and made him a tool.
Yeah, but maybe part of it's just like Faber's reflection.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think like Chad, is more like I like to go hunting.
Yeah,
and, yeah, he's
like
one of those
turn
guys.
that tan down, bro. What's going on?
Yeah.
You sure you like to go hunting?
Yeah.
You smell like a coconut. If I can smell you, they can smell you.
Sure. On that note, let's do fucking ridiculous and move on to the look ahead, yeah?
Let's go.
Yeah, man, you sound enthusiastic and confused. My two favourite emotions when mixed together.
Man, it'd be great on one of those like fear factor shows. It's like, what are we doing? It's like, I don't know. It's something horrible. Okay, let's go. I'm into it.
Just not drinking any type of semen, please. I can't believe that's how Rogan's version of the show got cancelled. Was that like, okay, today we're drinking donkey cum. And even like apparently Rogan was just like, I don't think they're gonna let this. They'll just put this on TV, guys. And they were like, no, it'll be fine. Wasn't fine. Didn't go over well once they put it on TV. Apparently, it's healthy to drink donkey semen though. If you're ever super parched.
Wrong channel. What the fuck is going on with this thing?
So fucking ridiculous. I left the fight off the RIZIN card.
Yeah.
For this purpose. The Detroit superstar, Darren Cruikshank, ex-UFC guy, not a bad fighter in his day. He also fought at RIZIN 10.
That he did.
He fought against a guy called Matsumoto. And he knocked him the fuck out.
How do you spell that? TKTFTO?
KTFO, isn't it?
Yeah, I know there's K's and T's and O's.
It's just he got KTFO.
Yeah, he KTFTO'd.
Yeah, you got too many T's in there, I think.
No, like it's like apostrophe ED.
Oh, okay. I see. That's where I got lost. So Darren Cruikshank wins this fight, and then like this guy's out from this head kick. He's Jesus posing from the head kick.
Starman.
Yeah. Like, well, no, because the legs are together.
Oh, not
So,
Starman.
yeah, no, Jesus. He's Jesusing. I'm sure of it anyway. But Darren Cruikshank's response to head kicking this guy into the astral plane is to flip off his unconscious body.
Now, the first time you told me this, you had me confused. So I'm just going to pull it out now. When you said you flipped off he flipped off the body.
Yes.
He didn't do a flip off of the body.
No, this is not like a...
Because that did happen.
Yeah, the gentleman, whatever his name is, Courteous? No, that was the guy who I compared him to.
Yeah.
The Honourable!
Yeah.
That's his nickname, but I don't know what the fuck his real name is.
Oh man, that was hilarious.
Man, is it in my notes?
The most gentlemanly flip ever. So it wasn't that. What you mean is like he flipped the bird to the unconscious corpse.
No, he gave the middle finger a la Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, get some, except you already did. How does it taste some?
Which, yeah, look, watching it, like, I just was stuck in this, what did that unconscious man do to Darren Cruikshank?
I mean, you think there's some kind of Ninth Planet stuff going on there?
Oh,
There's some some unspoken about bad blood.
Something had to happen, right? Like where like Matsumoto's grandfather shot down Cruikshank's grandfather's plane, and dude, he's straight away just walks up to that body and fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck your unconscious body.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're unconscious.
Maybe he was upset that he wasn't allowed to hit him anymore, and he's like, fuck you for being unconscious.
He doesn't he hits the head, it's so casual. It's almost Mark Hunt-like, the walk-off. He hits that head kick and he's like, gotcha.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, there's no running at him, quickly, let me get him. And then,
oh, no, I broke stuff.
Yeah, it's just, he's like, yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Suck a dick.
I felt him crunch.
Yeah, I didn't realise Derek Cruikshank was such a bastard. Which is...
Yeah, you know.
Maybe not. Maybe that Japanese guy said something really fucked up. And we just don't know.
Man, it's totally believable. They got some deep, dark, scary places in Japan.
It's interesting though, right? You don't see that between dudes in fighting very often. It's like, man, once I knock you out...
Hey, we're friends.
Yeah, it's certainly my problem with you is finished anyway.
Next time I see you not fight, I feel like that's what that's all about.
Yeah. Whereas Darren Cruikshank's like, when you wake up, I'm going to send you right fucking back there, pal.
Yeah, don't you come back. Send you home in pieces.
Mm-hmm. The Honourable Drew Chapman.
Drew Chapman, he goes through the notes.
Is the guy we were looking for.
Man, look it up. Drew Chapman.
Chapman, I think.
Chapman?
I believe.
Flip finish?
Flips off the body of his opponent, who, by the way, because this gets lost in the narrative a little bit because of the flip. Remember, the guy knocks himself out.
Yeah.
On Drew's knee.
And then, so he gets DQ'd for doing the flip.
Yes. Drew loses via flip DQ.
So it's a fight where one guy's winning
one guy's winning and then throws the fight away, only for the other guy to throw it right back to him.
Yeah. Hot potato, hot potato.
Mm. Now there's a fight where the unconscious man won. When we were talking about the whole CB Dollaway Hector Lombard thing from a while back, this fucking segment's gone off the rails, but...
Man, this is fun.
I'm trying to... the Honourable Drew Chapman, he didn't win, and he was very much the one conscious man.
Yeah. Man, it's you don't have to be conscious to win fights.
Yep.
You do not have to win to win.
Mm.
Let's put it that way.
Man, that's 3 this year. You got the Doberman getting carried out, Sugar Sean O'Malley getting carried out, and whoever the Honourable Drew Chapman front flipped off of, that guy. Which, I can't remember his name.
It's like going through his record in years to come. Oh, how good is this guy? It's like, oh man, what happened here? He lost a he won a DQ by, losing. But he knocked himself out.
Yeah, he was winning before that.
On a leg, on a knee. He jumped on the guy's leg with his face.
Yeah, makes sense.
Now, I could certainly see, in the heat of a moment, when you're like, yeah, I'm fighting, and this guy, I've got to win, I've got to get position. Man, something you really don't see that much.
How do you think he'd feel when he woke up? And they're like, dude, you won. And he's
Am I dead?
Yeah, he'd be like, I don't think I won,
yeah.
man. I don't feel like I won.
You're lying, I must be dead.
And they're like, nah, man. He did a flip off your body after he knocked you out.
Yeah, it's like they could tell him anything though. It's he started dry humping your body. He teabagged you.
DQ via attempted rape.
He did not. He did too. You want to see the tape?
Yeah, we got it.
And then just show him some granny porn.
Yeah. Really start confusing. Oh. How many fucking dudes need to be into a fetish before it becomes a subsection?
Probably 3.
Because, grandparent porn upsets me that it's a subsection. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I try not to think about it.
It's a lot of people.
Man, I'm not a fan of lists, so I'm pretty safe.
I just feel like if there's a subsection of it in a porn website, that means odds are you talk to at least one person a day who's into that. You know what I'm saying? Assuming you talk to enough people.
Man, this makes me want to talk to less people.
Oh yeah, this is why I don't talk to anyone.
It's anyone who smells like a basement.
That's what I got. That's what I got for fucking ridiculous this week. The segment living up to its name in spades this week. Yeah, you want to do the look ahead?
Man, look ahead. 224.
Yep. Man, you get to drive from here because
I'm driving.
I care about 3 or 4 of these fights and the rest of it can fuck off.
Yeah, I mean, too busy to do any of like what I would call diligence on this one. And
that's good. That means that when we can skip the entire prelim card.
Hell yes, we can.
You know,
Like we probably can't really come in till perhaps maybe Junior Albini. And like I know that's too early for you, but that's a decent skip, man.
I'm with you. Don't get me wrong. Look, and even underneath that, I'm like, look, if you're in for this, okay, let's say you just discovered mixed martial arts like 3 months ago, and you're just in. You're a new fan who's excitable, and it's like, I want to see it all, type deal. Really quickly. Talis Latis versus Jack Hermanson could be okay. Wally Alves versus Sultan Aliyev could be okay. Fuck everything else on this undercard. Cesar Mutanch Ferreira versus Carl Roberson. You come in.
Man,
there
I watched tape. I watched tape on that one because Carl Roberson is like he's a prospect.
Yeah.
He's undefeated professionally. He's got some stoppage. His first fight in the UFC was his last fight he just had, and he smushed the guy.
Yeah.
Like got him out of there in round 1.
Okay.
Just like he got pushed up against the fence, and then like did some like lock his arms and like throw him, and ends up on top, but then on the back, and then RNC, see you later.
Yeah.
It was kind of like he's definitely a physical specimen.
Yeah.
From his build, I'd say he's not going to gas.
Yeah.
He's looking to counter. He's not the aggressor. He was trying to time his hands, and then, man, I feel like he's really got some potential. This is the right fight. I watched some Caesar tape just to be sure, because he's pretty solid. Like you know what he's going to get, like what you're going to get out of him. So like either Roberson will sort of like struggle with it and it'll be like a decision, or he'll get him out of there.
Yeah.
That's my prediction anyway.
I believe it.
Not that Caesar can't win, but I don't know. I just don't see him pushing the tempo.
It's interesting because Caesar would be the bookie's favourite, yeah.
No.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I would have thought he would have been.
Man, no. So if you like Caesar, then man, there's value on him.
Hometown guy, man. If it goes to a decision, judges could see it his way.
Yeah, he's got plenty of experience.
Yeah.
He's
just been in there with some good dudes.
Yeah, and he's like consistent in his performance. So, I mean, there you go.
Main card, hooray!
We're there. Man, Machida Belfort.
Excellent. I'm into it. It's a little Bellatory at this point in both guys' careers, but
man, I'm not into it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and try and pretend I am. I'm done with that game now.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not like super amped for it, but I'm fine with this. Like I said, it's a Bellator fight.
Yes, like
what you should be doing with these two guys is you should be putting them in there with kids.
Yeah.
And you should be hoping those kids kill them. That way you build those kids up. And you put Machida on that. Like they tried with Anders. That was the right fight. Try and get Machida's name on Anders' resume. That's going to help him down the line.
Yeah.
Same with Vitor. Put Vitor in there with a young up and comer. Give him fine one at fucking middleweight. This is when I say that's like Bellator is where the old guys go to fight each other. Doesn't have any title relevance.
Yeah, that's it. Like, what happens to the winner? Like, who cares?
It's a fun fight stylistically. Vitor's Blitz versus Machida's Karate. Two Brazilians in Brazil. Legends. Much as I'm not a big Vitor Belfort fan.
Man, if they're just fighting just to get money, then fine. Like, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. I'm just saying, there's a lot of positives to this contest.
Yeah, but don't expect me to believe that this has any relevance over who's the best fighter in the division.
No. Nobody is fighting Whittaker or Romero coming off of this fight. But I think that's and it's the pay-per-view opener, which I like. I think that's the right spot for it too.
I mean, if you can do it, may as well do it.
Yeah, it's fine. Belfort's last fight, supposedly.
Man, Lineker versus Kelleher,
Yeah.
the battle of the hers, the she battle, if you will.
I'm going to go with Johnny.
Man, I feel like it's a fairly obvious choice.
I don't know.
Man, what was Kelleher's most recent victory? Was it he the guy who beat Barao?
Yes.
Man, which was, I mean, okay, he beat Barao, but like beating Barao now isn't like beating Barao.
This is a tough fight. This is the toughest fight for Brian Kelleher.
Yeah, it feels like a step up, yeah.
Yeah. And man, I just don't know if he's. Man, he could. He could win it. He's a big underdog too. I think there's some value on him winning. I could see him outsmarting Lineker.
Yeah, at least it's good bantamweights fighting.
Yeah, it's a good matchup. I like the matchup. I don't like it as much as Lineker versus Garbrandt, but
I mean, in terms of like bantamweight fights this year, it's like top 3 surely.
Dillashaw hasn't fought yet. Cruz hasn't fought yet. Garbrandt hasn't fought yet.
That's what I mean. Like this is why I've kind of been shitting on the bantamweight division a little bit.
I'm blanking. I've had a long day. I mean, I can't think of the rest of the top 10.
Yeah, it's like so like the saying where it's like you do 10 good things, but if you do one bad thing, like you remember the bad thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I've just seen.
There's too many Tom Dukenwire fights.
Oh yeah, like it's watching bantamweight fights where you're just like, yeah, man, these are bad.
I hear you.
And I was like, oh man, these guys are like storming the division. Like, no, man, these aren't the top of the division guys.
Not those guys that you were watching. I agree.
I mean, like, but where's the other bantamweight fights? Like, if you're not watching those ones, what ones are you watching?
Give me a minute and I'll find the fucking rankings and I'll tell you.
Man, I'll give you 30 seconds.
Not a literal minute, bitch.
Man.
A figurative minute. Which could
How long is that?
30 seconds.
Yeah. Question my judgment.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, the reason why you would say it's a top 3 fight this year in bantamweight is because basically nobody has fought who's good in bantamweight this year.
I just like that I'm right sometimes.
Well, here's the problem I have though with the rankings in the UFC.
Yeah, we mentioned this at the start of the show. They're just made up numbers that don't mean anything.
Okay, well, number 9, Brian Caraway. Number 10, Pedro Munoz. Number 11, Cody Stamann.
Yeah, that doesn't feel right.
It's like, man, didn't Cody Stamann beat fucking Brian Caraway the last time he got into an octagon?
Yeah, Pedro Munoz is real good.
Yeah, he's alright. Johnny Dodson's number 7. So that's probably been the best bantamweight fight of the year. Was those two.
Yeah.
This will overtake it. Lineker versus
Kelleher.
Boom. And then in like 2 or 3 weeks we got Jimmy Rivera versus Marlon Moraes. Now that's a fight.
Yeah.
And like that's like, yeah, man.
That's what we've been waiting for.
Like, man, is bantamweight good? Bantamweight's real fucking good.
This is like the fight where it's like, yeah, like the other fights you've been watching, like how did those guys do against these guys? And you're just like, oh.
No, Tom Dukenwire would have an awful day with Jimmy Rivera.
Murked.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, so, this is more of a form race, I think, just to see if Lineker's still got form.
Yeah.
Because, like, Kelleher's pretty old, I think, off the top of my head, he's like 34 or something. So, like, he might have just...
No, he's 32.
Yeah, not far off. But you know what I mean? He's getting around that age where it's now or never. It's like if he's already fighting Lineker, if he loses this, like, how easy is it for him to just fall off the face of the earth again? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So, big fight for him.
Man, it's a good fight for the division. Gets us some answers about what's happening right underneath that Moraes Rivera type situation. So.
And then we've got the, oh my god, why? This should be down on the prelims where I don't care.
I tend to agree. I think something like Talis Latus versus Jack Hermanson is a much higher level.
They've certainly earned it. Like those guys have put in.
Oh, Talis Latus has been fucking bleeding for years.
They've paid their dues.
Talis Latus fought Anderson Silva for the World Championship, I think, at UFC 90 something. Maybe it was 100 and something. He fought Maya at 112. And then I think he fought Forrest Griffin at 101. And then I think he fought Latus before that. So 90 something. We're at 224 if you keep and count.
Man, down
but we are talking about Mackenzie Dern versus Amanda Cooper.
And collectively between them they've had how many UFC fights?
Oh, I don't know, not many.
How many pro fights?
Not many.
And they're third?
They are third. Because Mackenzie Dern is
what?
A name
that who recognizes?
That people recognize.
She's mildly attractive, but not. I'm not having any dreams about Mackenzie Dern.
That's what's weird, right?
Like Amanda Cooper scares me a little bit.
I don't think that Ronda was this stunning beauty.
Oh God, no.
But
it's like a pit bull.
I got it. I got it though.
Oh, in the right outfit.
Whereas they also
smoky, sultry.
Yeah, and who wants them some Ronda because she's just so violent and shit. And you're like, yeah, man, I get it. But Mackenzie Dern, yeah, I don't get. Misha Tate, I understood that, even though she had the look on her face like somebody farted every time you looked at her.
On her horse face.
But I still understand it. I'm a Kat Zingano guy. We all know this.
Yeah. I don't know. Strangely, man, probably I could go some Nunes.
Nunes? See, again, it's the violence aspect that adds into it, right? Where you're just
good symmetrical face.
Yeah.
Nice smooth features.
Yep. The lesbian thing does it for you a little bit too, doesn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. Yeah. I don't know, it's no deal breaker.
Ups the chances of bringing Nina Ansarov into the picture, which look more the merrier.
They say that, but these people don't know.
No.
Those who can do, those who can't teach. That's why they're out there preaching.
I don't think that works in a martial arts setting, the more I think about it, right? That's a fun little moniker for woodshop class or art or something like that.
Man, I just think it's a little snippety bit that someone came up with once. It's just way too clever for them.
Could you imagine saying that shit to Dwayne Ludwig or someone like that? Those who can do, those who can't teach. Then you just get a cross on the jaw. I used to do it and now I'm too old, so I teach.
Yeah, he wouldn't even do that. Get in there with him now.
Yeah.
You two are fighting.
Oh, man. You can't fucking pro fight forever.
Yeah, but so.
What's your thoughts on this matchup though? I know we've done everything we can to not talk about it.
Man, so Mackenzie Dern. Man, I don't know. She can win it anywhere, in my opinion. She could win on points. She could win by knockout.
You reckon she would knock out Amanda Cooper?
She's got a right hand, man. As dumb as it looks, she lands it way too many times. The women's division isn't good enough to be able to avoid somebody spamming overhand rights.
I reckon if Mackenzie loses, we bring back Beck Rawlins.
Man, no. They just go together. To a magical world. She can go fight 300 pounders in jiu-jitsu or something.
Sure. Man, she's done that.
Yeah,
she's fought against Gabby Garcia.
Like that's why I have to watch this. It's because you fought against Gabby Garcia. I don't give a shit about Gabby Garcia.
Have you seen Gabby Garcia's striking? It's terrible.
That's what I mean. Like it's not what I signed up for. Like, oh, she subbed an old chick or whatever, who's a monster and real good.
Who?
Like, she didn't sub Gabby.
Yeah, she never subbed Gabby Garcia. I think she might have beat her by points once. But even then, she loses to her. Most times they compete, Gabby wins, because Gabby's 3 Mackenzie Derns in 1. Yeah, jiu-jitsu can help you so far, then it stops being practical when a giant also knows jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. And they're way stronger than you.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, I don't know. Kuba can win. Like, her record of, 3-3 looks pretty bad, but the losses aren't against chumps. So,
Yeah.
Like, she's stiffer competition than I think Ashley Yoder was, which was Mackenzie Dern's last fight.
Mm.
I gave Yoder a chance. I feel like she lost it in the third when she got taken down. And I think, Dern really struggled to get anything going in that fight.
Mm.
So if Cooper is, a step better than Yoder, then she should be able to handle Dern.
But that's right. I genuinely feel like if Mackenzie Dern doesn't win by submission in round 1, she's going to lose.
She's a plotter, though, man. I got to give her that.
Yeah, but even the way she's talking, where she's like, well, I'd like to have more time off so I could work on things, but the fight in Brazil, and she's like...
That's why she got kicked out of her gym for being lazy.
Yeah, it was that too, right? And
she's like, I just need more holidays.
Yeah, no, yeah, you can go have a holiday somewhere else. But...
Did you grow an extra ass on your back?
But, she is out there saying, I think this will be easier than Yoda because, she's been submitted 3 times in her MMA career. This is the thing she's saying. She's like, yeah, she's been submitted 3 times, so I think I'm going to submit her pretty easily. Dude, have you watched you fight? Because you ain't fucking awesome either.
Yeah.
I don't know how to put this to you in a way that's nice. So let's just go with straightforward. You're awful and boring.
Yep. And you don't sub anybody. And you're supposed to be a fucking wizard at the shit.
Yeah, that's right.
Who did you sub? In MMA?
Oh, I'm sure she probably strangled some girls early on. Yes?
Man, did anybody watch it?
No. Nobody cares. As far as I know. So...
Yeah, I feel like...
That's enough time on this. We didn't give Vitor this much time and he's retiring.
Man, I'm just if this is the way society is now, man, that we've got to pretend that this is just as good, right? Then I'm doing it. I'm just playing the game as is instructed for me by the state. Yeah, man, this is the same.
I am an enemy of the state in this example.
Man, but then, even this fight is. Finally we get to talk about this fight, which is. Jacare.
The main event.
Man, Jacare versus KG.
God damn it, yes.
Kelvin Gastelum.
The people's main event.
Which is I don't even know how we're watching this fight. If you go back a year and you tell me this fight's happening, you'd be like, what? Why?
Yeah, a year ago, you'd be like, oh, Jacare's done, man. Don't put him in there with KG. And then now we're here and we're like, nah, man, Jacare's got something left. It's all good.
Yeah, move gyms and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Coming out looking like a killer.
Man, he looked great against Derek Brunson. And even that, the thing is, 2 years ago, if you had said they were going to make this fight, you would have been like, you're going to kill Kelvin Gastelum. What are you doing?
Yeah, why?
And then, 1 year ago, it just flipped. And now we're here, and I'm kind of like, all right. Again, I'm like, look, if Jacare wins, this propels him to #1 contender. Man,
I want Jacare to win.
We all like Jacare. He is in a division with Whit, which I feel like is a problem for him, but you never know. If KG wins, though,
something.
This puts him right up there.
Yeah, it's something.
And again, it's also that thing of KG's 26, 27.
Yeah.
Jacare's 34, something like that now.
Yeah, spring chicken.
This is what you do. You don't have Jacare go out there and fight, a 35-year-old who's on the slide as well.
Yeah.
You put him in there, all right, man, you're going to fight this up-and-comer who's a killer. If you can beat him, great. If you can't, this is what
Yeah,
happens.
you're going to get killed.
Yeah. We're going to feed you to him.
Yeah.
Man, that's a great fight. That's a great fight. If Gaston can put his hands together, you got to think he's going to have some advantages, but
Yeah.
Jacare's big, and that forward pressure is going to be...
Yeah, KG by KO. I wonder what that's paying.
It's the right bet if you're betting on KG. And this is a guy who sat Chris Weidman down in his only loss at middleweight.
And he sunk Bisping.
Crushed Bisping.
So he's definitely got the power.
Yeah.
And it's like, so if you look at the Brunson fight against Jacare and think, oh, Jacare's, he does it well against strikers or whatever. You just like KG and Brunson aren't on the same level. Like you can't really use that as comparison.
No, I mean this one will be more like somewhere in between the Whittaker fight, I would think.
Yeah.
Like, is KG going to have that kind of calmness?
Yeah.
That kind of like wherewithal to, if he does get taken down, to react as well as Whittaker reacted.
Yeah.
All that sort, even out in the space, KG seems like more of a counter guy. Like once we get into range with each other, he'll throw with you in range.
Yeah.
Whereas Whit was very like measuring his shots. Even when he hurts Jacare with the head kick, right?
Yeah.
He's like, man, here comes the right hand. Jacare's like, yeah, I know all about that right hand, and then just whack, kick behind it, and Jacare's like, what the fuck just hit me?
It's like, it's the right hand, man. What I tell you.
Yeah, man.
Said watch out.
It's not like I throw combos or anything.
Strangely.
So yeah, it just...
Yeah, this champ's he's not big on combo.
Nobody needs those. But yeah, it's a good fight. It's a good fight.
Man, it'll make me watch a lot more of these fights just because this fight's on there.
It's the fight on that card. What's the best fight? It's an easy pick.
Yeah, what's going to be fight of the night though?
Who knows? That's a hard one. You're asking me about, what on here is going to be close and back and forth.
Go for like 2 rounds or more.
I think Kelleher Lineker has the potential to be the best fight of the night.
Probably right. I tend to agree.
But there could be something on the undercard that just turns into a blood and guts fucking thing as well.
Yeah, it's like Vitor and Lyoto just pour their guts out and they're just like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Why isn't this the main event?
Fucking ends with Machida doing the Daniel LaRusso Karate Kid kick to the face.
Yeah, and then
Vitor sent out. Think about that. Vitor's career ends in a mirror of his most famous KO, getting front kicked in the face by a Brazilian.
Man, beautiful. And then, after that, I mean, obviously we care about that fight. I mean,
It's the best fight on the card.
It's one of those ones where, like, what my brain thinks and what my heart wants just are in the opposite directions.
Meaning?
Like, I want Jacare to win, but I think KG's going to win.
Okay.
And it's like, I mean, I might have the bet on KG. I think he's the underdog.
Yeah. I think it's like a picker. I genuinely don't know who's going to win. Jacare, after the Brunson fight, really turned me around. Because he fucked Derek Brunson up.
That he did.
And there's got to be something to be said for that. Like, he walked through Derek Brunson like he was nothing. And you were like, oh, he's back. Holy shit, that's the scary guy.
Doppelganger.
Mm-hmm. So,
man, and then we've got Amanda Nunes versus
main event
versus Ricky Pendleton.
Ricky Pendleton. Nobody cares about Ricky Pendleton. That is the name of this week's episode.
Yeah, nobody cares about who is it? Oh,
who came up with this? Was this just like a random comment on Twitter or something?
I think it was on YouTube, man.
Okay.
I saw it on YouTube and I just fucking laughed my ass off.
Okay, because we can't steal the credit for that joke. It's too fucking funny.
Yeah, but I can't give it either. It's like,
no,
hey, random person.
Yeah, whoever you are out there who came up with some Ricky Pendleton shit, that is fucking gold, and I'm very impressed.
Man, and I couldn't agree more in terms of
nobody cares either about Ricky Pendleton.
Yeah, you remember that time that Ricky fought, who did she fight again?
Mate, I can't name you a Raquel Pennington opponent.
It was last year. They were in a cage together. One of them was wearing Reebok. I think actually they both were wearing Reebok.
Yeah.
You remember the one where it went to a decision?
Can't tell you.
And it was like boring but close.
I can't tell you a Raquel Pennington opponent.
Yeah, I'm sure I looked at her record and just went 9-5.
Something like that. It's not. Don't get me wrong, man. If you're gonna
Like that's not terrible, but
for that division, it's not. And again, like the records are deceptive. Mark Hunt has a shit record, and Mark Hunt's the fucking man. So you know you can. Okay, so her last fight was Misha. So here's my number one concern through everything. You just take my little piece of information there.
man, is it like a split decision to match go home?
You bet your ass it is.
Man, I don't need your phone to know this.
Give it back.
And so, look, if we're going to stick with our theme of like ragging on the people that are known to be shit, like, you know, the it is known things, then we have to just go with Amanda Nunes by stoppage.
I'm going with Amanda Nunes by fucking vicious KO.
Like round 1 or round 2 KO.
Yeah. Yeah, this Betch Kahea fight was only like 2 years ago. And
what do you think Nunes does to Kohea? Clam. Man, yeah, that's stop it.
Dude, I'm getting an erection thinking about it. Like, just Amanda Nunes unleashing on Betch Kahea. It would be
Betch just standing there like, do I put my hands up now?
For a second or two.
Do I put my hands up now? Like, they should just be up.
Betch would be so badly beaten by Amanda Nunes that when she came to, she'd start making dinner.
So yeah. Like,
alright, you understand what I'm saying?
So, yeah, I think we've been pretty clear on that. I'm picking Nunes.
I'm picking Nunes by a mile.
By KO. I'm taking KG by KO, even though I want Jack Ray to win. I hate it when I feel emotional about fights because I get really confused about what to think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, am I thinking that because I like him, or am I thinking that because I'm scared that I like him and that I'm thinking it for the wrong reasons, and then do I change my mind to the thing that I wasn't thinking? Yeah.
I don't have a pick for that fight, to tell you the truth.
Man, Mackenzie Dern, Amanda Cooper. Man, I'm gonna pick that it goes to decision.
Oh, then I'd pick Cooper by decision, but I'm going to say Dern by submission.
Man, I'm gonna say Amanda Cooper wins the decision, but the judges give it to Dern again.
Okay.
Like, that's going to happen again.
Okay.
But I'll probably have a little bet on Amanda Cooper.
Okay.
Just because I think she's more than capable of beating Mackenzie Dern, and she's paying like $3.30. That's just wrong.
What did we bet on yesterday? We were chatting about it. Something from the undercard, right?
Oh, you want to talk about that?
Just that one fight.
Okay.
You said there was a value in it.
Man, maybe. And this is one of those ones where it's like, I don't know if I've found something.
It was the submission guy, right?
Yeah. It's Marcus Perez versus James Boknovich, which is like the curtain jerker on the card.
Yeah. We don't care about these two. This might as well be Guy A versus Guy B. This is a value discussion we're having here.
Yeah. So, what we've got is Guy A lost unanimous decision to your boy, Eric Anders.
Your boy, Eric Anders, that's right.
And I feel like that's given him false, like, street cred. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, he's good, man. He went to stretch with...
That's Perez, right?
Yeah,
Perez
this is Perez.
To Eric Anders,
That's right.
And the other guy, Bokny, what's his name?
Boknovich?
Boknovich. I almost said Bokniak, and I'm like, nah, that's my boy who's out there fighting Zabit Magomed Sharapov.
Man, who's 29.
Yep.
His nickname is Blank, so he don't give no shits.
Yep.
Right, and he lost to Trevin
Giles.
Giles?
That's right, yeah. Who's not bad looking.
In his first fight in the UFC. So that's why these two guys are fighting, is because they both
lost their UFC debuts, that's right. And this guy's like got a ton of first round subs.
Yeah, and this guy, if you have a look, his fight is like first round sub, 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 TKO, and then his first fight, he loses by submission in round 1.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you're gonna bet on this guy, submissions.
Well, that's it. Yeah, that's the second point is that you can basically throw down the multiplier that he's going to win by submission.
Yeah.
If he is going to win.
When he lost, he got knocked out in round 2.
Yeah.
And that can happen to anyone, and that.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, he got deep into the fight with
And then
this
it's
guy, and Giles is knocking out everybody in round 1.
That's right. You have a look at Griff Giles' records, and this dude, he's on a tear. He's murking everybody. So it's just
And Boknovich is paying $366 just to win.
Yeah.
And via sub, he is paying $12.
Yeah, that's just wrong. That's straight up wrong.
That is wrong.
That should be man, $9 would be good value there.
Yeah, I was going to say 7 seems about right, yeah.
And he's having a stab.
Yeah, I think what I bet on was I put a unit on him in every round.
For the sub.
Buy sub in every round. Round 1, round 2, round 3.
I'm still considering betting him for round 1 sub.
Yeah.
And
so it's 21 to 1.
And then decision.
Man, round 3 sub, he's paying 46 to 1 or something.
Yeah, they're pretty rare. Round 3 subs.
It's true.
Because guys get all slippery and stuff and they get tired.
Yeah.
I mean, they do happen.
Yeah.
But I feel like on a guy whose record is round 1, round 1, round 1, round 1, round 1.
I hear you. Round 1's in there.
I mean, the other thing you got to keep in mind is that as they fight progressively better fighters,
things take longer.
That's right. It's going to go round 1, round 2, round 3, decision. You lose. Yeah. That's certainly the ideal format, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like they just went to sleep there.
But yeah, bet value on Boknovich if you're looking for some bet value.
Yeah. So congratulations, nobody, because you didn't listen to my show.
No.
Jackass.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Man, he can't hear me.
Man, he never can. He's got attention problems.
Yeah, so what were we talking about before that?
You were getting my picks we were on picks for the main card. And we were down to the last 2 fights, which was Lineker Kelleher.
Yeah.
I'm leaning Kelleher. But I'm that's a very minorly swinging pendulum. I think that's a pick 'em. I know Kelleher is an underdog, but
yeah, I'm going Lineker by decision.
if Kelleher wins, it'll be a decision. I think he can do it.
Just grind him out on the feet.
Just take downs, make him work. Go watch that TJ Dillashaw fight. You want to watch how to completely shut John Lineker down. I'm not saying he's TJ Dillashaw, but there's 15 minutes of tape on how to beat John Lineker. And it's like, did John Lineker do anything? No. No, man, couldn't touch TJ. Yeah, TJ is excellent. She's like, man, I'm out of range, and I'm in range takedown. It's just nothing Lineker could do.
Now we're in this close range.
Yeah. So I'm going to lean Kelleher very slightly.
And then Machida Belfort?
I'm going to say Machida.
Yeah, I'm going to say Belfort.
Christ, we're all over the place.
Yeah.
So I think the only thing we agree on is Nunes.
Man, that's good.
Hmm?
So if you're going to have a bet, get that $7 on Nunes.
Yep.
She's going to be a huge favourite.
Parlay that shit into Boknovich by round submission.
Yeah, bump it up to 20.7 to 1.
You got to get those multipliers on. That's how you make your money. I'm sure of it.
Man, I think just picking 12 to 1 winners is a pretty good way of making money.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong.
So, man, that's all I got there.
That's what you got?
Yeah.
Alright, well, before we do the interim chant of the week and then get the fuck out of here so I can go to sleep, get up and be a slave again for some guy tomorrow. Some baby manufacturing guy.
Sure.
Yep.
So he's just like a dude just out there feeding heaps of dicks, manufacturing babies? Is that what you mean? Like a pimp, just
Visualize it how you choose.
A Don Juan motherfucker.
Whatever he needs a warehouse guy for. Bellator is also this weekend.
Again.
Yes. Beta versus King Mo. Yay.
Yay.
Paul Daly versus John Fitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm into it. Czech Congo's on the card, so if you want to see the innovator of cheating, it's always fun.
I wouldn't say innovator. Perpetrator?
Man, perfectionist. Man who took it to another level.
Recidivist? Is that a word?
Renaissance man of cheating. Aaron Pico is on the card too.
Really?
Yeah. That's the most important thing, in my opinion, right? Like, the most interesting thing is that Pico is fighting. You're just like, oh shit, Pico's back. Sweet. I'm into that. So,
keep it going. Get on the Pico train.
Yeah. One of the best prospects in the game, Aaron Pico. So yeah, fun. Decent little Bellator card to complement UFC Brazil.
Yeah, so we can, instead of only watching 13 fights, we can watch 22.
I'm going to watch probably somewhere around 9.
Yeah.
If I have my way, it'll be like 9 or 10. But that is, that's the only thing on it. Then there's like a billion fights on the fucking undercard, but who gives a shit about them?
Nobody.
Yeah, basically.
Alright, let's wrap this bitch up. Let's wrap this bitch up in paper.
Excellent. Interim champ of the week time. I don't have one.
Man, we can't do Congo Man again.
We can't do Justin Wren again. I mean, this is where he was installed because in times of nobody in MMA doing anything good, which is probably going to be many times, he's our...
Have you ever considered that maybe we're just putting too much pressure on the MMA community by expecting that every week they'll be able to produce for us some kind of like champion story? Outside of the ring. Maybe inside.
I don't know. I don't think they're necessarily feeling the pressure from us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like we're being pretty nice about it.
Like maybe they're just out there doing some like Point Break shit and just don't have time for us. Just riding dirt bikes out of army planes, shooting into volcanoes or whatever gets you kids off these days. We used to have Sega. That's what we did.
You poor bastard.
Yeah.
Sega. I had a SNES, like a proper person.
I mean, I had a SNES, but not till like the PlayStation was released. Man, I was 15 before I saw The Simpsons.
Yeah, but you were raised by weirdos.
Man, so were you. Everybody was raised by weirdos.
Yeah, but your weirdos...
I don't know if you've ever noticed about this. Everyone's parents are weird.
Your weirdos were Christian weirdos.
And if and if you ever have kids, you're going to be a fucking weird parent too. So, sticks and stones may break my bones. I want a new phone.
Yeah, I can't agree with you on that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Your parents are weird. Don't try and be like, everyone's weird.
Your parents are weird.
Yeah, well, they let me watch The Simpsons, so...
Yeah, they also let you watch, like,
Freddy
Krueger.
Yeah. When I was, like, 3,
Yeah, here's the Omens box set for your 5th birthday.
That turned out to be because, like, one parent was like, listen, I'm just trying to make sure nobody dies.
Yeah.
The other parent is not conscious right now, so... How about the TV raises you, Nick? Does that sound like a good idea? And it was. It turned out okay.
Sounds like excuses to me.
Man, the excuses of a champion. I just don't. I don't have an interim champ of the week for you.
Man, you considered giving it to UFC, I know.
I'll tell you what. That's an easy one. Why did I want to give it to the UFC? Oh, for firing back Rollins.
Yeah.
I will give it to the Japanese crowd.
Oh yeah, definitely.
No wooing.
Not a single woo.
If I'm going to throw out hate for the woo, I have to throw out love for the lack of it. The Fukuoka crowd whether it was the nuclear radiation affecting your vocal cords,
Hey,
or
now.
simply
It's racially insensitive.
It's not racially insensitive. It's geographically insensitive.
Yeah, they're a race.
Yeah, but I'm making fun of the fact that something happened in the geographical area. I'm not making fun of the race. That's why it's not racially insensitive.
Oh, so it actually happened there.
Yeah, because that was where the nuclear meltdown was.
Fukushima.
Fukuoka. Was it Fukushima?
Yeah.
Shit.
Where the fuck's Fukuoka?
Oh, maybe now I don't know. Now I'm like, did I make up a city? Is Fukuoka not a real city? On that note,
Man, have you not been to Japan?
no.
Man, you should totally do it.
I should.
It's awesome.
Man, just send $8,000 to our Patreon.
Man, it's every bit as good as their crowds. I approve of this.
Yeah, I believe you.
I approve of your society. Well done, Japan. You have a tick
Approve of your society.
Yeah.
I like it.
You have my approval.
Until next week,
Go to sleep.
go to sleep. That's an interesting sign off. Good.
It's still recording. It's not stopping.
Ugh.